Hello, welcome to the stream. Vince, how's it going? I don't have a hat. I'm really hot. See my receding hairline. It'll be all right. Down Under Maker, how's it going? So we're gonna pick up where we left off yesterday. Stream's a little later than I had planned, but that's all right. Yeah, we'll make do. Yeah, I know. I don't look right without a hat. But it's freaking hot out here. 84, 80, I don't know, somewhere between 80 and 84, depending on what thermostat that you look at. 67 outside. Let me open up the window. Maybe I'll get a cool breeze. The crickets were so loud earlier. I don't know what they were doing. Sounded like I had 1,000 crickets in my garage. Yeah, I just took the dog out. It's nice up here too. It's just hot in the garage. Swim school. All right. I understand. Anyway, where'd we leave off? We attached the XY joints. There we go. Getting my Stream Deck stuff going. There we go. So now we're going to come around the other side. And you know what? I'll just turn the printer around. And we're going to work on the XY joints. I'll take these belts out. Probably check and make sure they didn't get damaged, since they got ripped through the XY joints. That one looks like it's all right. This one looks all right too. These things are incredibly durable. Mike Da Vinci, how's it going? Yeah, there's like years that they overlap. Is this one of the years where they overlap? Where a bunch of the broods come out at once? All right. What do we got in here? This is not what we need. I need to start labeling boxes. Eventually, I just have like a dozen Polymaker boxes with parts in them. Guys are both down in Cincy. So I don't know if any of y'all are planning on coming to the Nerf War thing, but if you are, I did speak to the Parks Department and the Police Department today. Make sure everything was all right with that. Everything's good with that, and just give the Police Department a heads up that it's going to be people running around with Nerf guns at one of the parks. All right. Let's do this one first. With some tweezers. Yeah. There's definitely that. Yeah, Down Under Maker. I try to go through my stuff every once in a while. I have a tendency to be like, oh, this is a perfectly good part I took off this printer. I'll save it so I might need it later. And then every once in a while I just need to purge all that stuff out. And then immediately thereafter need the thing that I threw away. But I think it's worth it to not have stuff piled up everywhere. Loosen this Z belt some. Ah, crap. Oh, I don't keep trash around. I'm definitely a guy who generally likes to throw crap away. Kids and the old lady complain about it all the time. Apparently, I throw all their stuff away. Or so they say. Don't believe them for a moment. Can't remember what damage I saw on these things. Yeah, I like throwing stuff away. Makes me happy too. Now, I just like having a place for everything. Everything should have a place. And when it doesn't, it bugs the crap out of me. Like these two Nerf blasters on my bench behind me have been bugging the crap out of me because they don't have a place. I know where they're going to go, but I need to buy a sheet of pegboard first, and I haven't gotten around to it. Would you come out of there? There you go. All right. I am going to print some multi-board. So these extrusions, the side towards us is going to get multi-board, and then the back side of it is going to get pegboard. Killer Prince, how's it going? Did you get your printer going this afternoon? I was running around doing a bunch of projects, so I didn't get to catch all of it. All right, so this is the right one for over here. Yikes, where'd the screw go? You threw it out in the front yard? What was it? Was it your Prusa wire? Is that what you were working on? Does anybody else hate dealing with the Z joints on 2.4s? It's dead to you? Were you trying to... So, fill me in. Were you trying to connect to the original stock board, or were you trying to connect to Big Tree Tech board? And was it via USB, or were you trying to connect to it over CAN bus? I grabbed the wrong screw. Oh, yeah, good luck with that. As I understand it, the Prusa boards do not play well with Clipper. My understanding is it's really not worth the effort to try to use Prusa boards. Kill Prince's Prusa wire is not functioning as a Prusa wire should. And do I still have two different ones of screws? What is going on over here? Okay. Means these two definitely need to go in through the bottom. So we had a just under 100-gram blob of death. Allow me to show it to you. I do not have a banana for scale, and that's because it's the size of a fucking banana. That managed to break the, it ripped the magnetic sheet off, damaged the magnet underneath. It managed to rip the cables through the XY joint. So they were no longer routed through the XY joint. Broke both the XY joints. Did something to the AB motor mounts. I can't remember what. Broke the mount for cartographer. Broke the front faceplate. Broke part of the extruder. Yeah. Oh, destroyed the sock on the hot end. Nah. Can't throw it in the front yard. Generally, my yard looks pretty decent. It's gone to hell this year because I can't do anything with it, but normally the front yard looks reasonably decent. I will admit that there was a time that I considered smashing the switch wire when I was trying to get the ERCF working on that thing. I wasn't amused with the Trident very much the other week either. Still not amused by it. Still not acting right. I'm just kind of using the creases in these belts for the X joints as kind of witness marks for where this thing should be attached at. So let's hope that that works. You ordered the Orbiter toolhead board, the O2S. Or the original one. Yeah, I should probably put those bits in first. Oh, good. The O2S has the STM controller on it. Been in a drawer for 18 months. All right. I'll loosen these up so I can maybe get a little bit of leeway in there to put this in. Nope. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the butt. Loosen this back up. Try to get this washer to line up. All right, there we go. I hate doing that. Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, Fabrico's normally pretty quick with getting stuff shipped. What is the Apis board? I'm drawing a blank on it. That went real well. Dropped everything. All right, so there's that. That. Not being able to feel your fingers makes doing this so much fun. It's an extruder from Fadus. Huh. I'll have to look it up. Oh, forget this. I wish I could come in from the bottom. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a smaller driver and put it through the non-existent hole in the bottom. Damn it! Oh, let me see. APUS. Apis 2 extruder. Yeah. It's got some sensors in it. That's nice. Looks like a decent extruder. All right, here's our new tactic. Oh, am I going to damage anything? Nope. Yep. Maybe. That's the front idler. We're good. And this is how we're going to build our bearing stack. When you can't reverse gravity, flip the whole thing on its head. What's the mellow heat core? I have clearly not been doing a good enough job of keeping up with all the latest and greatest. All right, there we go. All right. So hot end with a touch. So like the Revo PZ probe thing. Luke, do you have problems with your screws coming loose on your 1515 build printers? Because I have the damnedest time with mine all coming loose. Yeah, I have a major problem with mine coming loose. I've not checked the V0. I probably should. That's close. Alright. That's one side done. That was so much fun. Did y'all have fun? Oh, here's a nut. Yay, wonder where that came from. Can't run thread locker through the plastic parts. I guess you could get some, pre-do all your screws, let it dry, and then run it in. I can never get those LDO nuts to slip in. Now, I got ones with my V0. Those first batch of printers that came with them, and they wouldn't go in. Maybe it was just the original ones had some issues, but the ones I got are worthless as far as that goes. Dun, 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 dun. Get out of there. There we go. All right. screw on the stepper. Y'all get good view of the top of my head there. Yep. There's my drink. Well, guys, it's almost officially Friday. Anybody have anything good planned for the weekend? I think we're going to the zoo. I do believe. Hoping to see the koalas. Koalas are never out. Down Undermaker probably has a koala in his backyard right now. I don't know why. I just imagine koalas being the Australian equivalent of the gray squirrel. Thanks, Pesless. I didn't see you there. You're on call. Drop bears. Yeah, drop bears. Koalas, the cutest infestation ever. Just like, come here, I just want to hold one of you. How do you guys remember the comedian Mitch Hedberg? One of my favorite comedians ever. Tragically no longer with us, though. All right. I'm trying to make progress here. Streams at the end of the day are rough. Getting more and more tempted to swap to Twitch. Google seems to be getting worse and worse for content makers. Yeah. My channel's definitely going nowhere fast. It's all right, though. When I run out of projects, we'll just call it a day. I don't, I don't know. Getting any further sponsorship seems like it's out of the question. I've just been largely ignored as I've reached out to anybody lately. I cannot self-fund the channel. We've got a couple things left, projects going on here. We've got the switch wire. We've got the Ender 3 NG. We've got a few blasters. We've got Ferrari drawers, and we've got a multi-board project. That's what the channel has left as far as content goes. And as it stands right now, when those projects are done, the channel will be done. I love and appreciate all you guys that watch my content. But the bottom line is that without viewership numbers, nobody wants to sponsor anything. Without anybody sponsoring anything, I don't have anything to do for content. It just is what it is. The hilarious part of it is that we'll end up hitting the first level of monetization here at current rate in about a week and a half. So as soon as the channel gets monetized, it'll be dead. Yeah. It's not, my viewership's dropped some. I used to average about 16. Now I'm averaging about 9. Later, Down Undermaker. It's just, there's no growth. There's people watching stuff. You know, Steve, Nero get hundreds of viewers on their stuff. So there's people that watch it. I don't know what it is. Discoverability. Just me personally, they don't like. That's a strong chance there. I don't explain how to do shit. Definitely don't come to my channel to learn how to do this stuff. Come here for entertainment, to hang out, to chat, maybe get some ideas, whatever. But definitely not a channel you come to for tutorials on how to. If you're looking for that kind of stuff, Digital Dragon, Down Undermaker, Killer Prince are all fantastic at explaining how to do the things that they are doing. So definitely check out their channels. We also have one last final upgrade for the Trident in the pipeline. We've got that new hot end to put on there. And the RGB stuff. Zybertech, how's it going? I appreciate that, Pezlis. I try to catch your stuff. What is your schedule? Because I don't get notifications for any of your Twitch streams. I don't know how that works. I get notifications for some other people that I don't ever watch, but I don't get notifications for yours. Most of the people I get notifications that they're going live is because they posted in my Discord. Or I just happen to know what their schedule is. What's yours? Because here's the thing. I try to watch some other streams that are not building printer streams to get ideas on things to do and just to see some fun things that other people are doing with their printers. And you're definitely a channel that has other fun things to do with their printers. That isn't just build another printer. I've tried to branch out into some of that, doing some of the Nerf stuff and whatnot, which is really fun. It's really cool to have my printers going. And printing stuff and building some stuff, having fun with them. It was very much so. The only time my printers were running was when I was printing parts to build another printer, which very much started to feel like a waste of time and money. You're building all these cool printers, and I enjoy the project, but it's nice when they serve a purpose afterwards. So your streams, even the streams of here's these cool 50 prints you can do or whatever, it serve as inspiration for some stuff. All right. Crap. I just assembled this entire bearing stack in the wrong spot. That was stupid. Cybertech, I have done stuff that nobody else is doing or tried to. A lot of times, the stuff that I do, somebody else is doing a couple weeks later or a year later. Nobody had done Blackbird, and then I do it, and then Jeremy does it. I'm not saying he's copying or anything like that, just, sad to say, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm not giving stuff away on my stream. That is definitely something that people just show up for giveaways things. Well, it's okay. Everybody likes a giveaway. I'd like to be able to have some stuff to give away to y'all. It's low-key secretive. Don't tell anybody we're doing giveaways. But again, that's something that you don't have the viewership numbers. Nobody's going to want to sponsor that. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. If I could, I would just keep doing it. I'm not complaining. I know that it might sound like I am, but I am not. It's just the fact of the matter that I'm going to run out of projects to do. And I am not so entertaining as to be a guy you just show up to watch him babble at himself. Although it's kind of what you're doing now anyway. I don't know. But yeah. I mean, it's just facts. But I'm gonna run out of projects. I'm gonna run out of things to do. Anniversary stream where you had some giveaways. Nice. But yeah. Hold on one second. I gotta get a drink. My throat's dry. Yeah. I do my best to cybertech. Let's be honest. Nobody gives a shit what my political views are. Yeah, upgrades are cheaper. That is for sure. But so I've done quite a few upgrades lately to printers. So let's see. We did a stream series updating the 2.4 to the Polymaker PPS-CF gantry, which has been incredible. Blew all of my expectations out of the water for like input shaping results and stuff. Woo! And the Blackbird and all new skirts and changed the color scheme and everything. Added, well, we added beacon, then I blew the beacon up, and then we did cartographer. Done a couple different like stream stuff, upgrading the Trident, and like I said, we still got more. I've got water cooling for the stepper motors. I've got the hot end, the new hot end upgrade thing. I've got the RGB controller, WLED stuff for that. But upgrades get extremely frustrating when you take a printer that worked, do some upgrades to it because it's the newest thing and nobody else has done it, and then you run into an issue with it, but nobody has a solution to it, so you're on your own to figure it out because nobody else has done it yet. So upgrades can get extremely frustrating with that. LTX, how's it going? I just found out today, everybody, LTX Designs is a vendor. He does panels. So if you're in need of panels or enclosure stuff, check him out. Apparently you do laser engraving stuff too. If you're the one that did the laser engraving on Armored 3D printing's like back panel thing, that is sweet, dude. This whole time he's been in my chat and I never knew. It's always fun when you find out that, you know, people are doing stuff, you know, like I had no idea until the other week that Armored 3D printing was doing stuff. Had a little shop going, so that was pretty cool to find out. I need to find an excuse to get a panel from you. What do I have that I could get a custom panel for? Can you do etching on like a smoked acrylic panel? Yeah, Happy did the bottom panel of my Trident over there, Digital Dragon. So we got two guys that do some incredible panel work. Do you have smoked acrylic? So here's the thing. This Micron is Frieza themed. But the panels all the way around are smoked acrylic or smoked polycarbonate. I don't know whether they're acrylic or polycarbonate. It'd be cool to have on the back panel like Frieza laser engraved on a smoked acrylic panel. Frieza's from Dragon Ball Z, in case you didn't know. Oh, his is engraved ACM. That's pretty cool. I don't have an SVG file or anything I could send you, though. That's the only problem I have. I could make one, but as I learned trying to do my logo for a maker chip, turning an image into an SVG file can be extremely complicated. Especially a color image. I understand. Where are you located? I ask because if you're located somewhere where, like, I travel or something, maybe I could, you know, take the panel off. If we could figure everything out beforehand and I could, you know, stop by on a travel or something and have you do it. I really need to get a laser engraver. That's one of the things that I reached out to companies about, see if somebody wanted to sponsor one of their laser engravers. Not even like a fancy one, just one of their inexpensive ones. I got no bites on that. Understandable on that situation though. Yeah, Cybertech, I'm going to do that. I think that's going to be my normal stream. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to pick a day. I'm going to pick a day, and we're going to do that as kind of the normal stream. I want to kind of do it either on a Friday night, Saturday morning, or Sunday morning. But Sunday mornings, 3D Musketeers does his podcast. So I think we might do that on Saturday mornings going forward. Austin. Woo, I wish I was making a trip anywhere near you, but sadly, no. Almost moved to Texas twice in my life. I would love to go to Texas at some point. Well, sir, I'm not going to ask you to bring in some smoked acrylic just for one project, but if you happen to end up with any at some point, and you're like, I need some way to turn this over, send me a message. Yeah, I'd like to do some collaboration with people. Lately, there's been a lot of folks, like I said, doing projects that I've already done, running into the same problems that I had, or doing their own projects and running into some problems that I've run into. And all right, so I still haven't heard back on this, and it's looking like I'm not going to, but it's worth talking about. And let me put it on this camera because I'm probably just going to take this and make it into a video at some point. All right, so timer too close errors, MCU disconnect errors. The way a Raspberry Pi is set up, when you've, or maybe some of the other ones, I haven't looked, but particularly the Raspberry Pis, the way they are set up, the 4s and the 5s are really prone to this. They need a certain amount of power to keep their internal clock right. And when you plug things into the USB ports on those, that pulls power from the Pi, screen, whatnot. Now, Pi can handle about 2 connections via USB and a screen all at the same time. You plug in 3 things in a screen, you're running into problems, especially if some of the things are some things that require more power, like a camera. Screens require quite a bit of power. They pull power from the Pi. And what that does is the Pi has no way to say, don't send power to the whatever USB device, because I need that power for processing cycles. So it starts dropping processing cycles and the processor slows down. And you will get timer errors because the internal clock on the Pi is not keeping up. You can also cause issues where MCU disconnects are happening because there isn't enough power to keep that thing running. Spike in amperage or current, anything like that. So this is what you do, okay? A Meanwell 5-volt, 25-watt power supply provides 5 amps of power for a Raspberry Pi. That is the minimum that you need for a Pi 5. You can do that, plug your screen into it. Plug in a powered USB hub to the USB 3 port. USB 3 port, there's 2 of them, but they're both run off the same USB controller. Either get another 5-volt power supply or get something like a 100-watt 5-volt power supply. That's what I did in the Trident. That's going to give you 18 amps of power. Powered USB hub is going to pull about 2 amps. So you cut your wires, connect your powered USB hub over to that power supply, and now everything you plug into that hub is pulling power from the hub rather than from the Pi to keep your Pi from dropping cycles. That's the only way to solve the timer too close error problem. That's how you solve the MCU disconnect errors. There's not enough power coming out of a Raspberry Pi to connect more than 1 or 2 things. Worked fine when the only thing we were connecting to it was a single main board and maybe a clipper screen. But now we're connecting CAN bus networks, several USB devices, USB toolhead, beacon, cartographer, CAN bus network, a second MCU for, your box turtle or ERCF, your main board, your camera. It can't provide that much power. Also, you cannot get enough power from a board with its buck converter in there to run that Pi and then connect a whole bunch of stuff to it either. You're going to run into that problem a lot sooner if you power your Pi off of your Leviathan board, your Pico, whatever it is. You're going to run into that problem way sooner. Rant done. I contacted Raspberry Pi. They confirmed it. Asked me to hold on. They were going to have somebody from the tech department get back with me to 100% confirm it. But the guy I spoke to said he was 98% sure. They never called me back, so I'm going to go with their 98% sure that I was right in my assumption and that what I am telling you is correct now. I assume that it's very much the same way for, you know, your CB1s, CB2s on your Manta boards, on your, you know, Big Tree Tech Pi converter boards, Pi 1.2s, Pi 2s, what, all those single board computers just do not have, well, I mean, it's math. You can't pull out all these amps and expect the computer to still run that's on it. Anyway, so that's my contribution. Apparently, a lot of people have known this for a long time. Why it wasn't made, you know, push public, like, hey, this is what you need to do. This is why you're getting your timer too close errors. It's beyond me. But apparently, a lot of people knew. So I'm not the first one to discover it. Apparently, Raspberry Pi wouldn't get back with them either. Why you would put 4 USB ports on a board if it can't handle powering everything that you put on that board is beyond me. It doesn't matter if you feed it more power either. If you hook up your Pi to a 100-watt power supply, it still cannot feed out all those devices. All right. Back to whatever the hell I was doing. What was I doing? Yes, we need a tool head board. Also, on Amazon, if you're like self-sourcing stuff or whatever, the 100-watt Meanwell 5-volt power supply is actually $1 cheaper than the 25-watt Meanwell power supply. So it's actually cheaper just to get the more powerful one and prevent yourself from having all those problems. There's no mounts for it, though. No good ones, anyway. This needs to go back in here. There we go. That's still moving well. I don't know which is going to be the easiest way to belt this thing. Oh. How did I belt this before? I figured out an easy way to do this before. Maybe I came around the other way. Can't remember how I did this. I had an easy way to belt this. I can't remember what it was. Anyway. All right. Havoc, that's all good. I think I'm going to wrap it up here myself. I'll get this thing belted up. And then next stream we'll put the tool head together and put her back on the shelf of working. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Have a good Friday, y'all. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Later.